Hey guys, so let's talk about the third episode of Star-Crossed. Overall, I have been enjoying this show, and I'm definitely interested to see how it develops, as it continues on. I feel like they're still, of course, trying to establish a lot of their storylines and characters. I must say, the character that annoys me the most is Emery. She is really bordering on the edge of being Charlie from Revolution, one of the worst characters on television ever. Now, obviously, the show is still, in its infant stages, but out of all of the characters, she's the one that seems the most, sporadic. I feel like one episode she's in one place, and then the next episode she's in 5 different places, and I'm just ready for them to kind of settle on something with her. So this episode was all about the 10th anniversary of Arrival Day. So there's going to be this big ceremony at the spaceship, and then they also decide that some of the human students are going to actually be invited to go into the sector. Emery, of course, is one of those students, even though Roman says, hey, it might not be such a good idea if she comes because of what her dad did, but nobody wants to listen to him. I think what it is about Emery sometimes that annoys me is that she is on a pink cloud with fluffy bunnies most of the time and not rooted in reality. So she goes into the sector after creating this whole extra credit assignment for herself, and she wants to film people, tell me about your Arrival Day experience, and the aliens are not having it. On top of that, each of the students is assigned a guard, and out of everybody, she's the one who needs the guard the most, but she manages to ditch her guard repeatedly. The whole bit where she ran after the little girl, that kept appearing, I just was like, what are you doing? You're so stupid. I just can't stand it, you guys. I can't stand when characters do stupid things, because nobody in real life would do that. And I know there's not aliens in real life, and this is a TV show, but at the same time, I want characters to be believable. I want them to do things that make sense. And I don't think that's too much to ask. There's lots of drama with the Trags, and, with one of the Atrian 7, kind of joining the Trags. And with Terry as well, we get the other side of the love triangle, even though it feels more like she is pining after Roman and he's not really thinking all that much about her. I think one of the best parts of the episode for me was the whole Julia storyline. So we get that Emery's friend Julia is now in school. She's completely recovered from her cancer, but now she is starting to glow, which we saw a bit of in the last episode. At one point, she pulls Roman to the side and she shows him her veins are turning blue, and it's just not a good look. After Roman does a little research, he gets that they need to figure out how to heal her, or the blue stuff's gonna take over everything, and then everyone's gonna know what he did. Roman does find a cure for her. She eats this other Atrian plant that cures her, but we also get that they're not quite sure what the effects of this other plant are on humans. So something tells me that we're gonna be seeing more of that storyline eventually. So during the big 10th anniversary ceremony, the human resistance group manages to interrupt the ceremony and play this crappy message, and Emery ends up finding out that it's Grayson's parents that did this, and that Grayson's parents are involved in that. And it seems like Grayson is a little more on the fence than he seemed to be last week. He really apologizes to her, and you get, his brother died during Arrival Day. You get kind of where that vibe comes from. The kicker at the end of the episode is we see this director lady, the lady who's kind of in charge of this whole Atrian human integration program. We see her go home, and she opens this locked room in her house, and there's a kid in there who's obviously her kid who's got Atrian markings on him. So I'm guessing that means that she is an Atrian and that she has had her marks removed as well, which once again kind of feeds that whole idea of you just never know who's an Atrian and who is not. Yeah, you guys, another interesting episode of the show. Can't wait to hear what you guys thought about it. And that is it for me today, you guys. Bye.